With me today is Nat from our legal team. Nat is special counsel working out of our Sydney office, but also servicing our Brisbane clients within the legal team. I thought, Nat, we might talk today about what are you talking to your clients about more than anything at the moment?
Yeah, so one of the biggest things that's coming up a lot for me at the moment is market reviews and commercial leasing. I've been finding that a lot of my tenant clients are really coming out of that 3-year, 5-year lease term. They're looking to exercise the option or enter into a new lease, but there's been a huge change in the market value in rents, particularly in Sydney and inner Sydney. And we're not seeing that situation arise now where perhaps they can't afford the new rent.
Yeah.
And it's important that we now look at the mechanisms in the lease and what we do about it.
So does that trigger the dispute mechanisms or the processes to negotiate again?
Yes, so there is a dispute process in the lease, or there should be.
Yeah.
And we can help clients with that, looking at it from a commercial, practical perspective to make sure that they're not signing into or locking themselves into something that doesn't necessarily have to be.
What about, I heard there were some changes around ATO clearances. I think it's with Resi properties or something or other. What's going on there?
Yeah, absolutely. So from the 1st of January this year, a huge change came in from the ATO where anyone who's selling a residential property, absolutely anyone, must now have an ATO clearance to confirm that they don't owe any money to the taxman.
Any money whatsoever?
Any money.
That's going to be a big step in the process of buying a house, isn't it?
It's huge. It's a big administrative burden, particularly for the ATO. They can take up to 28 days to process these certificates now. Now that everyone needs them, when previously the threshold was only $750,000, you needed one if the property was over that value. We need to be really mindful of that when we're acting for clients and advising them early to get the application in.
Okay, what about in one of the other areas of the work that you do in the legal team? What else are you talking to clients about at the moment?
Yeah, so at the moment we're doing a lot of M&A transactions and looking at a lot with retention clauses, where we're seeing sneaky retention clauses come in with clients where we have a retention clause being put in there that has KPIs that the client just can't achieve. So an example might be they're tying it to an employment. So 12 months time, they want you to still be employed in the company. That might not be the case. We're not going to get our cash. And when we're looking at these large dollar value transactions, a retention can be huge.
So does that come down to the negotiation when the contract is first signed and put in place?
That's right, yes. So making sure that it's reviewed carefully and reviewing different iterations of the same document and not just accepting that it is what it is.
It's interesting, isn't it? When you're helping people put these contracts in place, you've got to understand what you're signing, what you're agreeing to, and what that potentially might look like.
Absolutely, and engaging early with your accountant and your lawyer to make sure that those documents are right, because they should be across those provisions to make sure we're getting it right.
What about one more, Nat? One more thing that you're talking to your clients a lot about at the moment?
So another one that I'm seeing a lot of at the moment is business owners trying to exit a shareholder, but they don't have a shareholder agreement in place.
Classic.
Busy business owners, when they go through the startup phase, it's one of those things that gets put on the back burner. It then becomes a problem where we have a shareholder we want to get rid of. Perhaps they've done something we don't like. Interestingly, fraud issues or employment issues, and we just simply cannot get rid of them easily unless we have that document in place.
And it doesn't necessarily have to be something that they've done bad. It might just be they don't want to be in business together. But if we don't have an agreement to guide the conversation, it's pretty bloody hard, isn't it?
It's a tough one, and it can be very difficult to negotiate and will cost a lot more money than if you just put the agreement in place.
Awesome. Thank you, Nat. If anybody would like to reach out to Nat, contact details are on the website at businessdepot.com.au. If you'd like to stay up to date with all the business insights from Business Depot, you can do so via the website or on LinkedIn.